times, I don't know.
Well, there are two. What you're thinking of, pi r squared. But pi r squared is for area. For circumference, it's 2 pi r. Because think about 2 pi r because this is around the circle. So what you can do is it's 2 pi r, or it's also what we got d times the pi. So what we're dealing with here is, let's go back over here. What do we got here? And we're going here. All right, so what I'm talking about is for circumference, it's equal to 2 pi r, or 2 times the radius gives you what of a circle? What's a double the radius? The diameter, exactly. So, or you could say it's d times pi. All right, so here it's pretty simple. Hey, I got the diameter. Since I have the diameter, all I'm doing is 3 times pi. But since they said, because this module wants us to estimate, we're going to do 3 times 3.14, like you said. But really, we should be using the pi button on your calculator. So if I put in 3 times 3.14, that's probably going to be 9. That's not right. What's 3? Do that for me, please.
It's 9.42.
9.14?
9.42.
9.42. And we're good. Okay? So now, sometimes they'll work the questions based on that idea, or you'll see all variables. So they're trying to get you to think outside the box. So like with this one, you said what's the middle one? All right, so let's see. Which equation would you use to find the diameter? So the point is, when you're doing these, think about finding the diameter. So what I would do is write out the equation. Circumference is equal to 2 times pi times r. Well, that's really equal to, c is really equal to the diameter times pi. So how would you get the d by itself? Divided. So that's why it's the top. The point, when you see this, write the equation for the diameter. How do you find the diameter? You're writing it out and then getting there. So to get that d by itself, I would have to divide both sides by pi, exactly. So d would equal c over pi. And that's why it is the top one, okay? Because that's showing us that that's how I would get the diameter for any circle. Exactly, good job, okay? So now, what's the measure of the diameter of this circle? So the point is that the reason why they did that was to show you that you can work your way to the diameter. So here, we always want to start out with getting the habit of writing the equation out first. D times pi. We know, what part of this do we know? Do we know the c, the d, or the pi? There you go. So we're just plotting that in. Good job, Eddie. So here, 15.7 is equal to d times pi. Divided by pi. But instead, so if I divide both sides by pi, d equals, you said 5? Okay, so when you divide that, you should get 5. Let's see if that's right. There you go, 5 centimeters. Nothing, it's about working that formula. Okay? Cool, there we go. So now you can also find the circumference of the circle if you only have the radius. So the point is that, that's what I was just talking about. You can have pi times d, but if you have the radius, you're just going to double that, because that's the diameter. We know this stuff. 2, exactly. And you've seen this before. So what's the first thing that you do to find the circumference of a circle? Measure the diameter. Huh, now I wouldn't disagree with that, but calculate the diameter using r. But I wouldn't, but I see why. What's wrong? There's stuff all on? Yeah. So here, what we have is, if what you said was okay, make sure you tuck your shirt in all the way, please, is, I would say that's right as well, but using the r to find the diameter is a more descriptive way to say it. Yeah, you're good to go. So which equation will give you the diameter of the circle? So in here, remember, we always start off with, don't ever try to rush to the answer. If I know that the circumference is equal to pi times d, and I know that the radius is 1, so that's pi times 2. So here, the distance would be, if I just want to get the distance, though, of the diameter, the diameter is equal, this is like a silly question. I would do 2 times whatever the radius is. So that's why that one's the answer. Like, you know it's 2, that the diameter is 2. What would give me that? This one. All right? Cool. So you're good. And so now, what is the correct equation for circumference? We know that. 2 pi r, because it's 2 pi r, like we were doing earlier in the video. All right. And so now they're just doing all of that to get to this point. What's the circumference of the circle? Like you said, it'd be 2. You double in the 1 to get you 2 for the diameter. And when you get that diameter of 2, it's just 2 times pi. So 2 pi is the diameter of this, but they want you to do 2 times 3.14. And then you're good. So you do that, you're good to go. 2 times 3.14 times. Same thing here. So again, since it's a circumference, what are you using? 2 pi r, or 2 times 4 to give us 8, and then 8 pi. Yep. Yep, 8 times 5, but this wants us to use 3.14. And on your test, if they want you to use 3.14, they would just say in like parentheses, estimate using 3.14.
They were always supposed to use that.
Yeah. Well, not really. 3.14 is not all the way accurate. Remember, 3 pi is a long number. Very long number that a person estimated.
The teacher in Virginia would always say, don't use the pi button, always use 3.14.
Well, it's probably for whatever test y'all had that I was
Algebra
facing.
1, algebra 2, geometry,
Yeah.
algebra, all that.
The most accurate answer is using the actual pi button, because that's using all of the decimals after it. And so that's why I completed your tutorial for this, is because this isn't that bad, it's just using circumference. And so that's the end of this short video, so that you can look back at it if you want.